Welcome to J&K Barbecue. I'm Jim, my wife Karen's on the camera. Today we're doing St. Louis cut spare ribs on the Traeger grill, and it's really easy to do. Stay with us. Alright, welcome back. So we have two racks here that we're going to cook today. We're going to use some meat church rub today. So the first thing we're going to do is flip these guys over, and we're going to do the bone side first. We're going to use mustard as our binder today, and we'll, as you know, we use mustard for binder on quite a bit of our barbecue. And mustard is just going to help the rub adhere to the ribs. It really does nothing else. For those of you who don't like mustard, you won't taste it, but we use it to help our rub stick. So we're going to use two rubs today. We're going to use some honey bacon barbecue, and we're going to use honey hog hot. We're going to do honey hog hot as our foundation layer, and we'll get a generous amount on here. I'm trying to use my left hand here. Get enough on both sides. You kind of just want to pat it in just a little bit. And then our other layer, we're going to use this honey bacon barbecue. We're going to use that as the outside layer. Alright, we're going to flip these over and I'll show you what's next. Alright, as you can see, these are sweating through nicely, so we're going to go ahead and get those on the pit. What you want to do is set them on the pit just like you want it to have them cooked. So you kind of want to straighten them out, because as they cook, they're going to cook exactly how they're sitting out on there. So you definitely want to straighten them out as much as possible. And we're going to cook the rib tips too, so I'm going to get inside and rub those up, and we'll show you how those look too, but stay with us. Alright, welcome back. So I have, we're going to spritz. I got half 50-50 apple juice and apple cider vinegar, which is a really good spritz for pork. We're going to give it a nice spritz. We're 45 minutes in right now, so you can see we're cooking the rib tips as well, but just want to get a good spritz all over. We just want to keep the outside moist, making sure we're not getting too dry anywhere. And that's plenty. You want to do that probably like every 30 minutes or so. And as you can see, they're looking beautiful right now. They got a good color going. So we're going to continue to let them roll. Again, we're only 45 minutes in. Probably let them go in the smoke 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then we'll wrap. So we'll show you that process next. Hey, welcome back. So checked on the ribs, and they look the perfect color for us to wrap. They've been going in the smoke for a little over 2 hours, like 2.5 hours, but this is a perfect time to wrap. As you can see, they're the really beautiful mahogany color that we're all looking for in our barbecue. So these are looking gorgeous. So we'll tell you, we're going to do both racks a little bit differently today. We're going to do one traditional way that we like to do it, and we're going to let one just go. We're going to do one dry rib actually today. So we're gonna show you both methods. So for the traditional way that we like to do ribs is a bed of brown sugar. So we're gonna get some brown sugar down. And there's no measuring here. This is barbecue, so we just like to get a bed of brown sugar down as kind of our base layer. And then we're gonna put some butter. Normally we go with parquet squeeze butter, but I didn't have any today, so I just cut up some stick butter, and it will do just fine. And then we're going to hit it with some honey. And those in the barbecue world who are doing competition barbecue often say you do the honey for the money, but you know, we like it in our backyard cooks too. And then this step is optional, but we like this product called Traeger sauce, and it's kind of like a spicy barbecue sauce, but it really goes good with ribs. Those of you who follow the barbecue circuit, Johnny Trigg, who's like the king of ribs, uses this product, so it's kind of stolen from his method, but you do a little bit of a layer of Traeger sauce. We picked this up at our local Albertsons, so if you're looking for it, that's where you get it. And then we're gonna grab this rack of ribs here. I got glove liners on, so I can pick up this meat without burning me. So, and then we're gonna wrap. We're gonna do 2 layers of foil today, so we'll get this buttoned up. My fingers will work. And we got 2 layers here, but all right, so we'll get this all tightened up, and we'll do 1 more layer just to make sure we're not gonna puncture any holes or get any juice out on the grill. We don't want that, so we got her nice and tight. So now we're gonna do we're gonna do meat side down. And then for this rack, we're only gonna do butter only. So we're gonna do this kind of as a dry rib. Those of you who are, you know, doing your keto or your Atkins or low carb, this is definitely the way to do it. We're gonna just put this rack in with some butter only. And we're gonna wrap this one up too. And then with the dry ribs, so once we take it out, we're just gonna hit it with a little bit more of dry rub, and we're gonna eat it like that. It's gonna be damn good. All right, so got these all wrapped up. We're gonna continue to cook at the same temp. We could even crank it up a little bit if we wanted to, but we're gonna let it roll. Put that wrong side, meat side down, and we're gonna let it roll for probably an hour. We'll check it at an hour and see what it looks like. But welcome back, everyone. Next. So we're gonna get the ribs out of the wrap. These have been going about an hour, a little more than an hour in the wrap, so we definitely want to take a quick peek, see what we got going. So get in here, you can see the pullback of the bone. That's exactly what you want to see. These are good to take off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these off carefully, and then we're going to put them on this tray, and then we're going to sauce them up, and we'll put them back on the pit. It shouldn't take more than like 20 or 30 minutes, but we want to glaze them up how we want, so you can see how gorgeous those are. I'm going to grab a brush, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I got a brush. We're gonna use some Cosmos Q honey jalapeno. This is dynamite stuff. So we're gonna address these like so, and just brush it in. You don't need sauce on these, but we like to give it a little extra, a little something something. So you can see just how beautiful that rack of ribs is. So I'm gonna carefully get it back on the pit. We're gonna let that sauce sit for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be tearing into these bad boys. For my other rack, I'm just going to take that out of the foil and we're gonna let it go as is. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be our dry rib, so we aren't gonna do anything with it. We're gonna let it roll on the pit for about another 20 minutes along with that rack, and then we'll hit it with some more rub before we tear into those bad boys. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. We're gonna take these off the pit. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do on the dry rack. Everyone knows what you're gonna do. You're just gonna slice up that other rack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this with just a little bit more dry rub. Just gonna hit it lightly, dust it just a tad. That should be good. With ribs, you don't really need to let them rest that much. Like a couple of minutes really does the trick. But I'm gonna go ahead and slice up this rack for you. I like to flip it over so I can see the bones. It cuts through it a little easier that way. I can see what you're doing. You can see how tender these are. Just perfect. Just flip these over so you can see how beautiful they are. Let's take a look, see how juicy that is. So we got one rib here that I was going to give you guys a taste test. So cheers. Perfect bite, nice and tender. That rub is really good paired together. It's very I would say just balanced. It's just very, very good. Makes me want to take another bite. Clean off the bone, but not overcooked. That's $1 million, y'all. Try this. Get some spare ribs, cut them up into St. Louis style cut. Do your own ribs, use your own rubs. Just get out and grill, man. It's easy. Just don't be intimidated. You guys can do this.